What's up, everybody? Season 3, Episode 7 of SportsCasters starts now. We thank you for listening and hope you enjoy.
Like, so which one are we in? Are we in episode 6 or 7? Because I know we just did one of these, but I done forgot, honestly.
Yo, Michaela cannot take any more naps before this anymore. Like, out of his sit.
It be like that.
She was like, hold on.
Yeah, have to process what I'm actually doing. Okay, I'm ready.
I mean, honestly, I didn't really know what episode we was doing until, like, I had to go back and look at the episode beforehand, and I was like, okay, that's 6. So we doing 7 now. Gotcha. Okay, makes sense.
Rolling me on 7.
Oh boy. So Jalen, I want to know where you got that Game Changers thing from, bro. Like behind you.
My mom's co-worker, she does banners, and she gave this to me for free when I first started.
That's what's up.
Like, oh, I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought that was like a plaque you had, a glass or something. I said, dude, how did you do that? Man, I'm sitting there like, that's glass? Like, what is that?
Nah. It's a banner.
That's how you like you, bro.
No, it's hard.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Y'all gotta get that. Y'all gotta get that outside those SC State football games. Game changers right
there.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Season 3, Episode 7 of SportsCasters. I'm your co-host, Michaela Evans. This podcast is brought to you by Rells Revenge, Official Slim Def Music, Matt's SportsHouse, and AG Management. And today I'm here with our founder, Chris Lyles Jr., our lovely host, Julia Santos, our sports analyst, Matthew Anderson, and we have 2 special guests today. We have a recurring guest, Jalen Hart. He is the head of Game Changers. Wow. He is the head of Game Changers podcast. And we have MGT, which stands for Malcolm the Great, you guys. Figure that. He is a special guest. He does music. He also has a sports page on Instagram. So we'll make sure to link all of his ats to his special talents that he does after this. So we're here. And I'd like to start out with Super Bowl 55. We have the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buccaneers. And I'm actually really nervous about this one. I told y'all last week how Tom Brady always somehow makes a comeback. This will be his 10th Super Bowl, and I'm a Chiefs fan, so I'm a little nervous, but I feel like the Chiefs will be able to hold Tom Brady off. So what do you guys think?
I think the Buccaneers surprised a lot of people. I'm pretty sure everybody thought Aaron Rodgers, this was going to be the year that he was able to take them to the next step to give him the Super Bowl to play Patrick Mahomes. But Tom Brady, like you said, did again. He's going to his 10th Super Bowl. I'm picking Patrick Mahomes as well. He just makes it happen. Him, Tyreek Hill, and Travis Kelce are all just dominant. I expect them to keep it going and keep building that dynasty.
Honestly, I had said for the longest, the Packers and the Chiefs. The Packers let me down, not Aaron Rodgers. Get what I'm caught. And the only thing is that I really do believe I got the Chiefs winning this one. I'm kind of a little bit scared too, just because I don't want to call him the GOAT, but it is Tom Brady, so I gotta respect that. So nonetheless, I feel like it won't be as easy as I've seen some analysts make it for the Chiefs. There were some kind of like some betting odds where it's like Chiefs were only favorites by a slim margin. But nonetheless, I really do think, the Chiefs can really pull it out because that team from top to bottom there's no holes. For the Bucs, however, that receiving core has to get better. From what I saw against the Packers, that was way too many drop passes. I took Mike Evans out my top 5 because of that game. Like, I don't even want to put him in my top 10 personally. But nonetheless, I feel like the Chiefs do have better weapons on their side to be able to pull it out. So we'll see what happens. I got the score being at least like 30 to 23. I got the Chiefs pulling out and at least a touchdown.
I've been going back and forth with this. Originally I did pick the Buccaneers to make it to the Super Bowl with the Chiefs, but when I believe it was 6-5, I don't know what week this was, and they just won out. This game kind of reminds me of the Chiefs versus the Browns, because the Buccaneers do have an underrated running game as well with Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette. They do also have weapons with Mike Evans, Williams, and hopefully Antonio Brown will come back. I don't think he will come back, but if he does come back, that would be a big bonus for them. But we all know the story to this. Tom Brady in the Super Bowl is unmatched. I don't understand why y'all gotta go with Patrick Mahomes. Don't get me wrong, Patrick Mahomes is a phenomenal quarterback. I believe Travis Kelce on a one-on-one is unguardable. The cheetah is unguardably fast. We all know that. But when it comes down to it, the man Tom Brady has been there. This is like Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. Y'all have to, if you really think about it, this man is 43 years old and Patrick Mahomes is what, 25?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be close. Both of them do have great offenses, but it all comes down to the defense. We all know that Kansas City doesn't have a great defense. The Buccaneers scores 45. They scored 45 points off of the defense. So if you can just run the ball and throw what we needed to throw and clock management-wise, I got Tampa Bay winning the game, 38-35.
I would have to disagree with that. I do have the Chiefs winning, but ultimately we do have to give Tom Brady his respect. At the end of the day, I would consider him now as the GOAT if you didn't consider him before. 10 Super Bowl appearance, regardless. And if he does ultimately win, it'll be his 7th ring, which I gotta go with Chris. There's no holes in that Kansas City on that Kansas City team, and I don't know. I just feel like Kansas City is more equipped right now to win, but at the end of the day, you still got to talk to Tom Brady nice.
All right, so if y'all didn't know, I'm a big Packers fan. So I was watching the game. My dad, we both had our Packers jerseys on. He had a hat. We had a little flag. It was bad. Because we didn't play good. So I was pissed off because I hate Tom Brady. I just do. I think it's because
I don't like him either.
Skills, he got it. Like, I'm not even gonna sweat on that, but I just do not like the man. Like, he just always coming out of nowhere and taking it from everyone, and I'm sick of it. I really am. So because I'm a big hater on his behalf, I'm going with the Chiefs. But I gotta know that Tom Brady do be coming out the left wing and just taking it. So I feel like it's gonna be a close game, but I'm going with the Chiefs on that one.
Hey, one thing to point out though, I think Eric Fisher, I think that's his name, he is out with a torn Achilles, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Eric Fisher. I remember from a couple years back when he came out of Central Michigan, and they already had all their offensive tackle that's I'm pretty sure is out for the year too. So if they're able to get pressure with Jason Pierre-Paul and Ndamukong Suh, although he plays on the inside, that is one chance that the Buccaneers will have to maybe their defensive line to get after it and maybe cause some problems for Patrick. And we'll see what happens.
And that was the problem that the Bills did not have. They did not have a pass rusher to rush Patrick Mahomes. You're going up against a legitimate defense who has improved. They have improved. They got waxed by the Saints twice. We all thought they was going to get waxed by the Saints again. But clearly, they just been a different team. I'm telling you, Tom Brady is a different man with a different team. For him to do what he has done in his first year at Tampa Bay is incredible.
Nice.
It's incredible.
Yeah, for sure.
This isn't. I just want y'all to realize this isn't about Tom Brady. As much as a lot of people hyping this up to be, this is about can his receivers catch the ball. Like if you go back and you look at that Packers game, I couldn't count how many drops there were from Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. It's Chris, right? I keep mixing I keep mixing up with the other one. So my thing is, if they do not drop the ball, or at least they limit their drops, I personally think that it will be a very, very close game, like almost like 2-3 points almost. But Tom Brady can put the ball right there on the money, but if they drop passes, it doesn't matter at that point. And then going back to your point, Jalen, about the Chiefs defense. Okay, so we were saying that for at least 2 to 3 games that they were inadequate. But after that, they done got right at the end of the day. They got right to the point where they needed to. Okay, what game was that? Where was that that wasn't the Bills? It was the Bills. So
was it the Browns?
It was
because
the
they only
Browns.
played 2 games.
Thank you. It was the Browns. So when Patrick Mahomes got out, who stepped up? It wasn't the backup quarterback. Let's be honest. It was that defense who stepped up when they needed to. So if that same defense can do what they need to against Tom Brady, I don't see why Mahomes wouldn't come out with his second Super Bowl. And so I personally think that it's about the Bucs wide receivers. Can they limit the amount of drops they have? And can the defense for the Chiefs step up when they need to, which they have shown for the latter part of the entire NFL season. So we'll see.
But here's my thing, though. The Browns had a chance to run the ball with the most running attack in the NFL with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
But they limited the touches for Baker Mayfield to throw the ball when nobody was there in that coverage.
I mean, the way I see it, that sounds like a Browns problem. That don't sound like a Chiefs problem.
But you had a chance to, but you know that's their problem. And I think the Buccaneers will take advantage of the opportunity to run the ball with Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones. That's just how I see it. Because we all know that the Chiefs don't have a running game in Clyde Edwards-Helaire. We all know that.
I think it's decent. I wouldn't say it's not there. I think it's there when it needs to be. It's not like, the Browns. It's not like Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb and the boys. It's not like that. No. Mm-hmm. But it's there. It's there when it needs to be. I personally think that if, going back to what I said, if them boys can catch the ball, the Chiefs will have a worse night than what they think they will have. Like I said, I still got Chiefs coming out at least a touchdown, but if the receivers can catch the ball for the Bucs, it's gonna be a long night. We'll just say that. It's gonna be a long night.
We shall see.
All right, we're gonna switch it over kind of. So recently, like last week, we did a whole little mock trial because we thought the mock trial was bad. So we basically did a mock trial of our top 10 players, and we're just gonna basically discuss on that and also the Senior Bowl coming up. So let me know what y'all think.
All right, so we're talking about the mock draft for the NFL, right?
Yeah.
All right, bet. So number one, and let's do it kind of like this. Does everybody think that Trevor Lawrence is going with Urban Meyer to Jacksonville?
Yes.
Yes.
So everybody thinks that. So everybody knows that.
Yeah.
So, who's the second pick? Or who's the second team?
The Jets.
The Jets.
The Jets. Who y'all got?
I got Justin. Anybody if you come up with anybody else, it better be us. It better be us.
Hold on.
It needs to be Justin.
Quarterbacks back to back.
So,
but you gotta think about it. You gotta think about it. Do you need a quarterback or do you need somebody protecting a quarterback?
So, here's the case that I have for Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is not a bad quarterback. I feel like he is in the same situation as Matthew Stafford. They're just in the wrong situation. They need to go to another team so that way they can be able to show what they can actually do. Make a trade at the end of the day. I feel like Sam Darnold it doesn't have to be in a way where it's like the Jets are kicking him out. It's kind of like when your parent kicks you out at 18, like, we're not trying to kick you out because we don't like you. You go into the real world and actually do what you need to do. I feel like that should be the same case for Sam Darnold. They just need to kind of like, all right, we're going to put you in a package, ship you off somewhere, and then you'll be good to go. Personally, if you were to put Sam Darnold on like a 49ers or like man, you know what? Give him to the Patriots, honestly. If the Patriots don't sign Cam, make a trade in, not even a trade, but give Sam Darnold to the Patriots in a way. but nonetheless, I still think the Patriots are going to keep Cam Newton. But yeah, just give Sam Darnold away. Just draft Justin. That'll be the best fit, because then you're like, okay, we're putting this new quarterback who has shown in the face of adversity when he got hurt that he can play football, hands down. And then if you later in the draft, give him, certain tools, certain receivers, I would say a decent running back, honestly. Give him the tools to be able to put him in a situation where he can excel, then, I mean, you have a pretty decent team at the end of the day. Now,
I got a scenario. What if the Houston Texans move up and get that second pick?
Then Houston needs to go ahead and
get Justin Fields.
Yes.
Now that would be interesting.
That would be interesting. Because it can happen. It can happen.
One thing I'm scared about with that is that you're basically putting Justin in the same predicament that Deshaun Watson was in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nothing changes unless that owner, I don't know how, but he just needs to sell the team, honestly. Get it to somebody else, That's the only problem that I have with that. Now, if you were to do that, that'll be great for Justin in terms of hopefully he can get some kind of pieces around him in terms of coaching, because that's really what the problem is with the Texans, is coaching, not necessarily players. They can get maybe a few more picks, but nonetheless, it just comes down to coaching.
I got the tackle from Oregon, Penny Sewell, or how
yes, thank you.
I got him going
to the Jets.
I got him going to the Jets to protect Darnold, like you were saying. And then at 3, Miami, because Deshaun, from what I'm understanding, there's a lot of reports going on. We don't really know who's telling the truth or not, but it seems like he wouldn't mind going to Miami. So I got the Houston trading that pick and taking the number 3 pick. But that's just what I'm thinking. Malcolm, who you got going at 2?
No, I got Justin at number 2. I mean, I was going along with what Chris had said. I mean, it's time. I want to see what Sam Darnold, because he's not a bad quarterback. I want to see what he can do in another system, another organization, and like he could take off ultimately and lead a team ultimately to the playoffs. I would enjoy to see that at least from him, at least. You know what I mean?
Okay, gotcha. So whenever we go to 3, though, if I'm saying that Houston trades that pick, y'all said that maybe they do 2. So if who would y'all think Miami would get with 3?
Devontae. Because I say Devontae because the Dolphins need it's the same situation as Baltimore. They need a legitimate young receiver, true number 1 receiver. You got to get Devontae.
Oh, okay. So I've seen somebody say that before. I personally feel like we're taking a lot away from Devontae Parker at the end of the day. Now, is he a solid number 1 receiver? Depends. If you give him a solid quarterback and not switch out every 5 to 10 or every 3 games and now you're switching stuff up. Give him a solid quarterback. Go ahead and just make 2 the starter and just move on and let Devontae be able to move forward with that. Now, you bring in Devontae Parker, now you got a duo. Now you got somebody that you can throw on the left side. You got somebody you can throw on the right side.
Can do it all.
So,
and you got a defense.
Thank you. People sleep on that. People sleep on that a lot.
So basically, if that is to happen, they got a chance to compete with the Bills in that division.
Yeah, I would say that.
They got a chance.
I think all they need now is just a solid running back.
Right.
And then you would have Tua playing with Devontae again like they did in college.
Oh, yes. That's that Bama connection.
Back at you.
The best.
And then so at 4, we got the Falcons. That's where I see me personally, Justin going, or Zach Wilson potentially. What do y'all think?
I said Zach too.
No, I had Zach
Justin.
number 4.
I say Justin.
Justin to Atlanta, back to his home city.
Okay.
Yes.
I wouldn't mind that. That's just too
look what happened to Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley went back to Atlanta and he ain't do nothing. That's really what happened. He went back to Atlanta. He really didn't do anything.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that as far as just the way that system, because now you're putting that boy in like diamonds. Like you got Julio, you got Calvin Ridley, you got people he can throw to. As opposed to the Jets, where now you're starting from scratch, which I believe for the Jets, they need to go ahead and get rid of Sam Darnold and just rebuild from top to bottom. But I feel like if for the Falcons, if Justin is still on the board at that time, get him. I wouldn't be opposed to it. But if Justin is gone, go ahead and just grab Zach. I feel like Zach is, in some cases, he could potentially be Matt Ryan 2.0, where he's not making dumb decisions.
That line is trash. That O-line is trash too. So I would not mind taking a lineman. That whatever alignment they were saying for the Jets, I would not mind him going down.
Yeah, no,
I don't see him. I don't see Peanut going that low though. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, according to my draft, I do actually, but I feel like if we actually being honest,
I'm just telling y'all from what I've been seeing all year what the strength and weaknesses of each team is. So if you're gonna protect Matt Ryan, you need a lineman to protect Matt Ryan.
But Matt Ryan might not be there this season. They talking about getting rid of Matt Ryan. So
where he gonna go?
Free agent.
Oh,
they talking about cutting him like how they did the GM and they did the coach. So
wouldn't that be something to see him in Detroit or him in there's another place I was thinking, him in Detroit or him in, I can't think of the name right now, but it'd be interesting to see where he ends up landing.
We all got at 5.
I got Kyle Pitts.
I got Jamar
Chase. How do you think he's going to be?
Joe Burrow.
How do you think he's going to be? Oh, I forgot about the combination. But after a year,
and then you got Joe Mixon in the backfield.
Yeah. And then you got the boy from Clemson, T. Higgins.
Yep.
And I feel like there's somebody else out there. Is AJ Green gone or is he still in Cincy?
He's still there.
He's still there. He's still there.
He's still there. But he's injury prone, so he's out the equation. He's injury prone to me.
Why would the Bengals draft a lineman? If Pina is still on the board, why would you not get him?
Yeah, you're right, because they're gonna get Joe Burrow killed right there.
That's a good point. But you just said you don't see him going that low.
That's why I was saying on my draft I got him that low, but I can't redo it now. So it's like
right. I feel you.
Just gotta roll the punches. But yeah, if he's still on the board at that time, I would definitely draft a lineman for him because
Joe Burrow just gotta stay healthy. That's the only thing.
That wasn't his fault though.
I was about to say, yeah.
Like when you got Chase Young coming at you, I mean, what else can you do?
Yeah.
Honestly. So, I mean, in our top 5, respectively, we have at least Trevor Lawrence, somewhat Justin Fields, somewhat Devontae Smith. Just those 3 in the top 5.
For sure. I think those are guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, and P-Name.
Yeah.
Somebody's got it. I've changed my perspective. No, they got to get offensive linemen. They just can't get Pitts. They don't have to get one because otherwise, Joe Burrow going to die back there in Cincinnati.
I'm trying to figure out why you got Kyle Pitts in your top 5, though. Kyle Pitts is solid top 10.
I was sitting there thinking that'd be a great weapon for them, but at the same time, if he can't get the ball off or he keeps getting injured because your franchise quarterback keeps getting injured every year because you don't have nobody to protect him, who won't do him no good. Unless they go out in free agency and get some offensive linemen too. I know they just got a new offensive line coach, and he seems excited to get to work. So we'll see what happens.
There actually isn't too many linemen going into free agency in the draft. Like there's like maybe 5 decent linemen that are going into free agency. So
and it's hard to find them offensive linemen that you draft. They can play right away, but they still have a lot to learn and stuff too. And Joe needs some protection right away. So we'll see what the new offensive line coach could do with the scheme. See what they can make happen.
All right, we're going to switch on over to the NBA and Bradley, the Washington Wizards. That team has been struggling despite Beal dropping some major buckets. And I saw something that there might be trades in the talks. I want to hear y'all's opinion on that and what are the struggles that Bradley Beal has been facing.
Go ahead, Jalen. I know we talked on it last night.
Okay.
Production. Go ahead. Me
personally, I got 2 destinations. One in the East, one in the West. Atlanta and Dallas. Atlanta would be perfect. I don't know who would you trade. Get rid of Cam. Just get rid of Cam.
You would get rid of Cam Reddish?
Yeah, get rid of. Get rid of.
I don't know.
Get rid of. I mean. Or you can get rid of some draft picks. I mean, that's a safer route and get Cam to come off the bench.
Okay. So I'm gonna pump the brakes on that one.
Go ahead, pump the brakes, man.
So I agree with. I'm gonna go with the East and the West. So, what I'm gonna do first?
I didn't even say the West yet.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead with the West. Go ahead.
So the West, I have Dallas trade Tim Hardaway Jr. to play with Russell Westbrook. Because you'll have a backcourt with Luka Doncic, who is considerably known as a point guard, and Bradley Beal will be a shooting guard, along with Kristaps Porzingis.
So, okay, I'm gonna say mine, and I'm gonna piggyback off of yours. So Atlanta, no. Because Atlanta is in the same boat as the Hornets. Like, they're contending for an AC at the end of the day. Bradley Beal, how good he is, and we're saying that he's top 5 shooting guard in the league. He needs to go to a contending title.
Yeah, contender. No.
The Clip.
No.
Not the Clippers. I was about to say, y'all said the Clippers? No.
I've been hearing that. I've been hearing a lot about going to the Clippers.
Who would they give away?
Utah?
Who would they give? Who would the Clippers give away?
Yeah, I'm
Thank
looking.
you. Thank you.
I said, honestly, what I was saying in our chats was he needs to go to the Lakers. If he can make that happen, he needs to kind of push for the Lakers. So that's for the West. Now for the East, he needs to, I would say, push for either, I actually got a few. I say he either needs to push for the Heat, the Bucks, the Sixers, or the Pacers. Pacers sit 4th right now. A lot of Pacers is kind of like in the same boat as the Cavs.
I like the Pacers.
That's a sleeper team.
For sure.
Get rid of Miles Turner.
I don't like the Heat because you have to give away either Duncan Robinson, Andre. It's another player I forgot. It's on the top of my head. I forgot.
Jay Crowder.
Jay Crowder's in Phoenix.
Oh.
Yeah, Jay Crowder's in Phoenix.
You talking about
it was
Hero?
No, he's in his rookie deal, so he can't come out of that.
Right.
So he's staying.
Who are you talking about here?
Dragic. Now, getting rid of Dragic to go, but that wouldn't work because Russell Westbrook is there. That wouldn't work. That's hard. I don't know.
Bradley?
He just got there.
So?
I mean, if you got
Bradley Beal, I would do it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's hard.
I mean, it's honestly not. I mean, if we talking about the Heat, okay, give up Avery Bradley and give up Andre, and then give up maybe 1 or 2 draft picks. Booyah.
Okay.
There you go, right there.
Okay.
For the Pacers, I said, okay, give up Miles Turner, give up TJ Warren, give up maybe a draft pick. Booyah. That's a trade right there.
So Sabonis is going to play the 5?
Say it again.
So Sabonis is going to play the 5 unless you send
Rui.
Rui with Bradley Beal.
No, the Wizards would give up Thomas Bryant. At the end of the day, you still got to have a solid center.
Right.
For the Sixers, I would give up I forgot the boy name like that. Jesus.
He starts.
I would give up Danny Green. And maybe give up somebody on the bench.
But Danny Green's been playing consistently though.
But you gotta have value within the trade though. So I wouldn't give up Seth Curry because that boy is like, I think he sits.
I wouldn't give up.
Percentage,
like 60%.
Like,
yes, you can't give that up.
For the Lakers, this is the one that I've been going back and forth with people. If you give up Kostas Antetokounmpo, you give up Taylor Horton-Tucker, and you give up a draft pick, that is solid right there. I personally think that Kostas is better than his brother. He just hasn't.
I think Kostas is.
Kostas is better than his brother.
Now it's kind of like I'm a Laker fan. I ain't about to give up THT off of what I've been seeing from him.
You gotta have value within the trade. I wouldn't give up Quinn Cook because what has Quinn Cook done?
Kyle Kuzma. If we try to get a risk, it's a risk now.
That's a neck scratcher.
That's hard.
Only reason why I wouldn't give up Kuz is because you gotta have somebody to run with that second and third. I guess Wave. Mm-hmm. Bradley Beal is a solid starter. You're not putting him in no second and third lineup. Heck to the no.
But you ain't about to bench a 34.4 point per game score. That ain't about to happen.
Who are you talking about?
The Lakers.
No. Who you saying benching?
if you're gonna trade Bradley Beal to the Lakers, right?
Right.
He's going to start, right?
Right.
Who you going to bench?
KCP. KCP starts.
So put KCP. Okay.
So so here's the starting lineup.
I see what you're saying.
So you would have Dennis Schroeder at the 1.
Mm-hmm.
You would have Bradley Beal at the 2.
Mm-hmm.
Have LeBron at 3, of course, and then have AD at the 4, and then have Marc Gasol at the 5.
Now, in the Clippers case, that would not work. The Clippers case, that would never work because
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Can't bench nobody.
Exactly. Like the Clippers is that team where they have to have their backups. Lakers, they really just need backups just to help LeBron at the end of the day.
I think the Clippers need a big. They need a solid quality big. Because I think Zubac isn't gonna get the job done.
No.
You need a big.
Not at all.
You're right. They need a big along with. I'm trying to think. If the Clippers are I hate that we went off subject with this, but in order for the Clippers, I think what they need to do, they need to draft somebody. Because I don't think they're gonna contend with the Lakers again this year.
No, they're not at all. I feel like even if they were to get Bradley Beal, they were still not going to be able to contend with the Lakers. Like the only team who now that they didn't make
it's Utah, Phoenix, and Dallas
in the West.
Phoenix.
That can contend with the Lakers in the West.
Phoenix.
No.
Yes.
Explain.
Yes. Phoenix.
I need you to explain now. I need you.
Yeah, I need
analysis.
Listen. Did we not see Devin Booker in the bubble?
I know. I like Devin Booker. Devin Booker is a top 5 shooting guard.
My only concern is, can Chris Paul come through, and can DeAndre Ayton come through when they need him to come through?
And that right there is your weakest link.
Yeah, exactly.
Given he is a solid center, I'm not taking away anything from him. But you're putting up DeAndre Ayton. Let's say if AD were to play the 5, you're putting him up against AD.
Over.
It's over.
Really?
It's over.
That right there would be the go-to. Like, take the ball out of LeBron's hands and just give it to AD the whole entire time. So,
do you believe that Dennis Schroeder is an improvement from Rajon Rondo?
It's a give and take. If you give up a floor general for somebody who can actually score consistently. Okay. You don't need another floor general. You got LeBron. But you need another floor general.
Floor general.
Don't sleep on Montrez. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, I mean that is another reason why I say give Bradley Beal to the Lakers. Because Bradley Beal can pretty much run with anybody on that team. Like there is no sense of like, inconsistency
either way, I would say bench him to run that unit like how Lou Williams did with Montrez. That could work too. But I don't see him. I don't see Bradley Beal. But you said what?
You would bench Bradley Beal?
That's what I mean. If you trying to championship, if you trying to contend with the Brooklyn Nets with Kevin Durant, Kyrie, and James Harden,
that's your
even though they don't play no defense.
They are not going to play the entire game. Let's be honest. KD is not going to play that entire game. He's not even play that entire series, personally to me. I feel like the really two dudes you really got to worry about are James Harden and Kyrie, to be honest. So they got to sit at some point. So when they sit, who do the Nets have?
Nobody. Joe Harris. Joe Harris.
So the Lakers already have a solid second unit to run.
Yeah, they do.
With the Nets. So that's why I say you plug in Bradley Beal in the starting lineup. Like,
that's why
if you drop 34 points a game.
Kuzma, though. That's why I'm very iffy on that. That's an iffy point because he can play defense and he can score. That's hard. I don't know.
Okay. So with that, you got to understand too, Kuzma is running the 3 and the 4.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is running the 3 behind LeBron and Kuzma?
AD, if he can.
No.
Yeah.
AD is not.
Now, Chris.
AD is a solid 4 and a 5. AD
look, he can play it if he wants to now. I'm gonna keep it real.
I am not putting AD at the small forward position.
So okay, hold on. Okay. You got look. You got THT, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Kyle Kuzma. Those three people right there.
Okay.
And Bradley Beal. If you get rid of one of those three, you still gonna have three, but you got to get rid of one. Who is it gonna be? I like THC's game though.
But the Lakers,
he can get to them.
The Lakers need to win now though.
Right. I got them three-peating. I have them three-peating.
I would love to see them three-peat, but yeah, they need to win now. So Bradley Beal, I mean, THT is I like his promise. He's gonna be a hell of a player one day in this league. But
as much as I love,
they need to win now.
As much as I love to go, I don't know about that three-peat. I don't know about that.
That three-peat is happening.
I mean, okay, I can see why you say that because Klay Thompson will be coming back to the Warriors. I see why you say that. Along with the unit right now.
Huh? What'd you say, Jalen?
What you said?
Me?
Just got quiet. I don't know
It
why
really did. It really did.
I mean,
all in all, I think that Bradley Beal just needs to leave the Wizards and go to the Lakers, just hands down. I don't care how he gets there. He just get there. I don't care if it's on a one-way ticket or if it's on a round trip, and just keep going.
Can I just say?
I don't care.
Can we just say this? Can I just say this? Scott Brooks needs to be fired. He needs to be fired like now. You go 3-10. Are you kidding me? And then on top of that, you coach Russell Westbrook at the Thunder, and you was better than this at the Thunder. I just don't understand.
That's true.
I don't give Mark Jackson a chance for once. I'm just putting stuff out there that makes logical sense. Give Mark Jackson a chance. Do the same thing that you did with Golden State in Washington and watch what happens.
All right, yeah, it seems like there's a lot of passion in this topic, and we could go all night with it, but I'm going to have to cut y'all off. So first, I want to thank our guests, MTG and Jalen, for joining us. Make sure you guys click on that link so we can provide for both of them. And first, I want to thank everyone else, Michaela, Matt, and Chris, for joining tonight. Stay tuned, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
This podcast is brought to you by Rells Revenge, Official Slim Dev Music, Match SportsHouse, and AG Management. Stay tuned next week for Season 3, Episode 8 of SportsCasters. See you then.